morning. We are in Hanoi, Vietnam. This is our 5th location of our Southeast Asia trip. We actually arrived last night and we've been to a really great place for dinner last night. I can't remember the exact name of the restaurant, but I'll link it below. But it was a savoury sticky rice spot. My friend Win, who has an amazing food content account called Nosh Nosh, she recommended it, and she was then actually recommended it by another food content creator who's based here in Hanoi called Yummy Face. So we went there last night for some dinner, really good, like the cheapest meal, one of the cheapest meals that we've had on the trip as well. It was something like £4.80 for 2 bowls of savoury sticky rice with 2 large beers. One of the bowls that Win actually recommended was to get the special fried, and then also we did a secondary one where we had some omelette on it, some pulled dried pork as well, so we had 2 different bowls of sticky rice. It comes with like a nice broth as well, so you eat a bit of the rice, a little bit of the broth. Really recommend if you're after a cheap eats place that's really comforting, flavourful, authentic, highly recommend going there. And then we also went to a cocktail bar that Lawrence had saved called the Harlington. Really nice, kind of classic cocktail bar. Feels a little bit, actually, this is a weird one, but it feels a little bit like you're having a cocktail in the Tower of Terror, you know, at Disney. The vibe of it was really lovely. Something that is a bit strange here in Hanoi, or I think it's the whole of Vietnam actually, is you can smoke inside, which is just such a bizarre thing now that we've not been doing that in the UK for so long, to walk into a bar and it be kind of smoky. I had to kind of prepare myself for that. So if you're not a fan of people smoking inside, just be noted that if you go to a bar here, you're likely going to come across that, and there is a scenario of your clothes and hair smelling a little bit of smoke. But besides that, really loved it. Really great spot to go for a nice cocktail. Highly recommend. And then this morning, we've actually been to a few places. We met up with Yummy Face. Her actual name's Llyla. Lawrence did the most amazing job with messaging her and basically getting a meetup sorted. There was no real agenda to it. It was just that Lawrence thought, you know what, we're going to be in Hanoi. Why don't we see if we can find some other content creators that can show us around or show us some really authentic local eats. She did exactly that this morning. She took us to a really authentic pho place, showed us how to eat pho. I think we'll probably do it again on the vlog so I can show you how the best way is to eat pho if you don't manage to see the TikTok that I put out of it. And then she also took us to a local Bahn Cha place, which is quite a thing that you need to eat when you're here in Hanoi. It's very local to this spot. It tastes quite sour, spicy. It's a broth thing that has bits of pork in there as well. You add vermicelli noodles into it, and it's just, yeah, really comforting. It tastes a little bit like, and she hit the nail on the head when we were eating it by saying it tastes a little bit like a dipping sauce, but it's like broth, a broth dipping sauce, completely different to pho, which I wasn't expecting at all. So we've had 2 bowls of noodles this morning already. So lovely to be taken to some really authentic local spots that she recommends, and she's just the loveliest person ever. So if you're coming to Hanoi, highly recommend giving her a follow, because she has a lot of recommendations of places to go to, or even also just Vietnam in general. She posts a lot of Vietnamese content, so I highly recommend giving her a follow if you're coming to this area. And then the final spot she took us to was a nice egg coffee place. First time I've had it, and yeah, I get it. I get the hype now. We'll probably go find another place whilst we're on the vlog as well, so I can show you guys it. Just tastes like you're drinking custard, but like frothed up, and coffee in the base of it. Delicious. And that pretty much brings us up to where we are now. Lawrence and I are going to have a little wander around the main lake. We've got a few things that we want to do for the rest of today. Lawrence wants to find some stamp shops. There's a few things that he's seen online to have a look at. We also just want to have a little bit of a wander around the French Quarter. Is that it? Yeah. And then we're going to get a Banh Mi as well for lunch. Even though we've eaten a few bits, we still want to try it today. So let's get on with exploring Hanoi. Whilst we're walking around the lake, we've noticed so many people, and you probably even noticed it as I was talking earlier, are dressed up in dresses, taking photos. And this is actually a very traditional thing to do here. People come here and they'll like get dressed up in these dresses, which is a traditional Hanoi dress, take photos, and they use them for like social media, things like that. But it is just full of people all along this lake bank just taking their photos. It's such like a fun thing to witness, such a popular thing to do amongst like their culture. It's just wild, isn't it, how many people are doing it? The whole bank's
hundreds and hundreds, all the way you look around the edge of the lake.
People are carrying flowers as well. We did ask ChatGPT a load of questions about it. We're like, does it happen mostly on weekends because it's Sunday today? Essentially, yes, because it's a weekend. It's going to be busier and at peak. And this area on the other side of the lake is also pedestrianised on a Sunday and Saturday. So you see it a lot more now. Quite an interesting thing to come witness. This is Lawrence's idea of heaven. Look at all these stamps. I think you can get them custom made as well. And we have all of these ones in here. Wow, that's so cool. So I think he can do custom ones, but there's also really beautiful ones here. Like, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful even to have alone? You want to get that, right? Wonder how much that is. That's gorgeous. We're gonna start negotiations here.
600,000.
600,000, which is £17 for that. Which, for the craftsmanship, maybe. It's one of those things, isn't it? That when you're in a country like this and you can eat like a bowl of pho for 70 pence, you then go, £17? No, I'm not going to pay that. But the craftsmanship, gorgeous. I think we're going to be walking away with that. So he just translated this to us. In Vietnam, this majestic and seed fast procedure is used in Buddhist temples to ward off evil spirits. Nice, okay. This is so nice. He's using Google Translate and just telling us through what all these things mean.
It means a peaceful family and the tiger protects the family's internal affairs.
So this is the actual viral place that's all over the internet where you can get your stamps made. You can have ones like with your face done. I'm guessing they take a photo of you and they just work off of your face. Oh look, that's cute. Lots of other ones here as well. You can see him working on them there. How much are they for the stamps?
For single, 250, and for couple, 450.
Okay. What about just for text?
Maybe 150 to 100.
Okay.
Depend on your design.
Thank you. Okay, so they take like, depending on the design, a couple of hours, or you can come pick them up tomorrow, and they vary. So if you were to just get text, which is maybe what we would get, that was like 150, didn't they say? To 200 Vietnamese dong, which is £5.70. Or if you were to get a single person face, what was a single person?
150.
Oh no, I think it's more than that. How much was it for single person?
250.
250. And 400 for double.
450 for couple.
Yeah, so £7 if you just wanted yourself, or if you wanted a couple, like £14. You can definitely tell that they're leaning into the Western request for this, but quite a cool thing to get done if you like a stamp. We're gonna do, I think, the text. Are you gonna get like your name?
Yeah.
So Lawrence will get his name, I'll get mine. Then we're just gonna have a little wander around the rest of the shops in this area, and hopefully we should be able to pick it up in a few hours. A little pivot there, we're not doing it because Lawrence was looking at the stamp and he realised that it was all laser cut, not done by hand, and I think the whole point of that is that he wanted to get a nice one done physically by hand. So if you go there and you're expecting it to be hand done, it isn't.
Quite a gentleman, isn't he? So inquisitive.
Yes, Chinstreak. We're at the Banh Mi place that Llyla recommended. There's this guy here making all the banh mi's fresh to order. There's a bit of a queue as well, which is always like good, full of locals as well as Westerners. We have a couple of beers, German hops, French recipe, Vietnamese touch. Interesting. Cheers. Oh, that does taste more like flavourful than other beers that we've had. I really love Asian beers. It's actually how I first got into drinking beer. Used to hate it, and then we went to South Korea, and that was like my gateway. I loved Korean beer so much. Then we went to Japan, loved Japanese beer, and then since then I was able to enjoy beers more and more and more. And I feel like this tastes more like your French kind of beer and less like a Southeast Asian beer, right? It's got more of a flavour to it. That's nice.
The ones that are here, the beer is how you spell beer. Beer Hanoi.
Oh, we had that last night.
And then beer Saigon.
Which
and then
we're going to be
they
going to soon.
They had beer Lao.
Beer Lao.
And then they had what, singer and tiger and stuff.
This is the viewpoint here. So we've gone for 2 banh mis. This is the pate and omelette one, and then we're just waiting on the pork and pate one. This is the pork and pate one. I really hope you can hear me because it is very loud. But yeah, they look great. That's one that Llyla recommended us to get, the pate and omelette one. We put back to have a bit of a freshen up, and we're heading to Train Street now, which is a bit of a thing that you kind of have to do when you're here, and a few people have said it is actually worth it. So yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that, okay, it's touristy, but apparently just do it. It's supposed to be fun, and it is quite a mad thing. Like, it's just going past here, it's wild. Right on the tracks, and you can get up on the tracks in a second as well. There should be another one coming in about half an hour or so. What's the time now?
I said 5:45.
5:45. Okay, so we've got some time to like find somewhere, sit and have a beer, watch the train go by, and then like it's ticked off and done, you know? This is a really cool setup, isn't it? I don't want my comments about like touristy things to come off in the wrong way. What I more mean by when I say stuff like that is that places that are tourist traps, things where you're just not gonna have a very authentic or good experience of the place, and it's something that local people wouldn't even do, which this is that. And all these places, the beers are going to be like 3 times the price. It's like going to one of those little eateries that you can get a beer in a local spot. So I'm more talking about the places that are just completely only Western and like have become something that they originally weren't. Because I can imagine this road at one point would have been filled with really local food eateries. This kind of viral sensation around it have pushed the locals out. So I guess that's more what I'm talking about when I'm saying about like touristy things. I'd rather do things that are a little bit more authentic and things that locals would do above things that are just there because they're viral, you know? We have a couple of Hanoi beers. Cheers. Love a good sip of that first cold beer, you know? Good thing to note with this as well that Llyla told us about earlier is that there's the train at 5:45, but then if you carry on sitting here, there's another one that comes at 6:15. So don't leave straight away. You'll be able to get another viewing of it, which comes from the opposite direction, which is this one here. Here it comes. So yeah, stay and hang around for the next one. If you're interested, the beers there are 3 times the price of a little like local eatery that we went to. Considering this is like a super touristy thing to do and the entertainment you get from doing it, I don't think that's bad. It was a lot of fun. I do really recommend. Sometimes these kind of things, they're worth doing for the fact that, you know, they're touristy for a reason, you know? It was a lot of fun, it was good. We've now come to this place. We're getting like the main thing that they do, which is like a fried catfish, right? So you got catfish, you get a little gas burner, and it all gets cooked in front of you. So this is the setup that we have here. Spring onions, dill. Wasn't expecting dill.
Dill's interesting.
Yeah. I think this could be fish sauce, herbs, spring onion, we have some noodles, and then chili, and then what they'll do is they'll put a bowl here and then they'll cook the catfish on there. A bit like how this lady has over here.
What do we need?
2 minutes.
I will come back.
Come on.
Like an interactive meal.
An interactive meal is good, isn't it? We also haven't touched on the fact that the thank you in Vietnam is come on. Makes me feel a bit like every time I say it, I want to say, Eileen, come on, Eileen to I. Every time I want to do it.
I was singing the Gary Glitter song. Which is probably not appropriate.
Which one's the Gary Glitter song?
Come on, come on,
Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, yeah.
Spicy chili, yeah.
It smells phenomenal, like so good. You know, sometimes when fishy dishes taste too, like smell too fishy? This just smells very much looking forward to this. Well, that was absolutely phenomenal. You were saying that you found this through a Rick Stein thing, right? Mm-hmm. So Rick Stein came here. This is 140 Vietnam dong, which is $3.99. So good. So good. There's like this beautiful umami flavour, loads of herbs as well, so it's a little bit fresh. Yeah, even if you aren't a massive fan of fish, I would recommend because it kind of tastes like sweet chicken. Just really good. Add it to your list. Good morning. We are now on a boat. We were picked up this morning at, what was it, 8:20 this morning from outside our Airbnb, and something I wanted to do whilst we're in Hanoi is do a trip to Ha Long Bay, and I wanted to do it on quite like a fancy boat. I've never done something like this before, and I don't know what it is, but recently I've not been ever really interested in cruises, but small boutique ones I've kind of been interested in doing. I really want to find at some point a fancy colonial style wicker linen one down the Nile, like literally Murder on the Nile kind of vibes. So I'm trying to find that. If anyone knows those kind of ones, let me know like in the comments if you've come across them, because that is something that's on my bucket list to tick off at some point. I did find one ages ago, again this is on my bucket list, is a Japanese one on these beautiful, very Japanese, slick, chic, beautiful boats. I found one of those before, and that is something that I will do at some point, but those really aren't cheap, so I'm going to save up for that in the future at some point. These ones are a little bit more cost effective because of where we are in the world. It's still not cheap, it's something like £500 for the experience, but that includes things like getting picked up from our Airbnb location, which was a good 2.5 hour drive to where we're starting the cruise off from, the room that we're in, which I'll give you a tour of in a second. It also includes the various different activities that we're going to be doing. It doesn't include drinks, but it does include the meals. We currently have a little bit of downtime before we go downstairs and have a bit of lunch. It's a set menu at 12:30. Then we're going to be going to a cave and have a little bit of a wander around that, and I think after that we do some kayaking around that cave. So it includes those kind of exertions as well. We then have afternoon tea and canapé on the sun deck with a cooking demonstration and a chance to also cook some Vietnamese food as well, which I'm really excited for. I wonder like what we're going to be cooking. I have no idea. And then we have dinner a la carte. Something that's going to be really exciting after dinner is squid fishing. So it's something that I think you do at night, and they put a light outside boats to draw the squid to the top of the surface. So we get to try that out as well. I think that's it. Oh no, hold on. So then we have an early start tomorrow. We're going to be starting like 6 a.m. and doing, I think, another kayaking session. Yeah, there's another cave. We're going to be doing some vo Vinam, which is some sort of like, I want to say martial arts, but it's a martial arts style exercise that's Vietnamese. So we're going to be doing that, and then we check out quite early at 9 a.m. So this is what we're doing for the next 24 hours or so, just under 24 hours. Let me give you a room tour because this is really something special. We also have a little welcome drink here that we're giving. I think this is like a sweetened green tea. It's really delicious. So we have massive big bed here, which is always a big plus for Florence and I. Good little vanity station there. So we've booked the corner suite, and you can definitely have cheaper rooms on this particular boat. Oh, let me tell you who it's with. So it's with Emperor Cruises. I'll link the exact one that we did before, but it's the Emperor Cruise 2 days, 1 night experience. We have a little seating area there, TV, and then actually, let me show you the bathroom first. This is the bathroom. What a beautiful bath situation this is. There is a blind that comes down here as well because there are boats that are passing us. I feel like I'm gonna have to have a bath in that tonight. Like, so gorgeous. How can you not? In here, we also have, these are the robes that we're supposed to wear to the, I really can't remember the name of the exercise that we're doing, but this is the robe that we have to wear to that in the morning. And these are the outfits that we have to wear to dinner tonight. Traditional Vietnamese, I think they were saying like they're king and queen outfits. So this is gonna be me later on wearing this, and then Lawrence is gonna be in this blue robe. And they were joking around, but they were quite strict about it. They were like, you have to wear it, otherwise you don't come in for dinner. We're like, okay, fine. And then through here, this is the most beautiful part of the room. We have our own corner balcony. Look at that. You can look round, perhaps around a tiny bit to the room, but then it goes round to there. Gorgeous. And it's a bit of an overcast day today as well, which I'm quite happy for because I feel like it could get really hot. Otherwise there's aircon in all the rooms and on the boat anyway. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I'm excited to see what lunch is like as well. So we're gonna head down now and go have some lunch. We've just come to the top of the boat before we go down for lunch. There's one other couple on this cruise. It's obviously, I don't even know if it's because it's maybe not a popular time of year to do it, or because maybe this is more of an expensive one. I don't know, but there's not many people that have obviously come on this one. I think maybe there's supposed to be one other couple because another table was made up in the dining space. Maybe they just didn't turn up. This is the current sailing. Are we sailing?
I'd say we're sailing.
Yeah, this is the current sailing scenario, and this is going to be the view, I think, for pretty much the whole thing. This is Harlington Bay, right?
This is Harlington Bay.
Let me give you, on the way down to lunch, a little quick tour of the boat because lunch starts in like 3 minutes and don't want to be late. They'll be waiting for us.
Make sure we meet our reservation.
Yeah, can't miss our reservation. Okay, so we have this whole little like lounging area here. I guess the only thing is because there's so many activities that they have planned, I don't know how much we're gonna really use that. Maybe like drink cocktails and happy hours and stuff. This is the top floor. There's like little like gallery bits. I'm not too sure what the use of this room is. Maybe it's another bar.
This is the bar where we have canapes later.
Oh, do we have canapes in here? Okay. So we have this bar here, and this is our staircase. We go down here. Lawrence loves a double staircase.
It's like Murder on the Nile, isn't it?
I was literally telling these guys about that, saying how I want to do a Murder on the Nile style cruise. Then we have this floor here. This is where our room is. This is the library. We've got a map. We've got the gymnasium. What's this over here? This is the route that we're taking, is it?
Yeah.
So we're starting there, going all the way round, coming back up this way, I think. Through here, there's a little seating area. I think there's more rooms down there. That's where our room is. Then we can go down here for lunch. We're welcomed for our lunch. This is the dining room here. Thank you. Wow, look at that view. Thank you so much. We have dish number 1, abalone soup with a green asparagus and snow fungus. Abalone is a sea cucumber. It's beautiful.
It smells lovely.
It smells great, yeah. Is that the abalone? Give it a try. Here's our next course. We have some oysters with scallion oil, jellyfish salad with green mango, and then over here, some steamed prawns with coconut water. Really beautifully presented. Love the plates. You can't argue with this beautiful view either. Really gorgeous. These are our other bits. We got some veg here. We had loads of squid in it that I put in my bowl here. We have some pak choy. Haven't had that yet. I'm going to have that in a second. Beef.
It's really good.
Is it good? Clam broth and sticky rice here.
See who can guess what's in the clam broth.
Pause now. Tell us which 2 fruit you think is in the clam broth.
One you might have guessed, potentially tomato. Clams and tomatoes.
There's the tomato.
And the other one, if you have guessed this correctly, then well done, is pineapple, obviously.
I'm sure it adds something to it.
There's a sweetness there.
There you
It's really
go.
good food.
It's delicious. It's all really delicious food. Really, really nice. This is our dessert. This is Vietnamese sweet soup. It's good for health and beauty. Apparently it's very subtle. Lawrence already dipped into his. It's been a very good lunch. So first doing a little walk up to the caves. And I think after that, we're going to go on the kayaks. Lawrence and I love a kayak, don't we?
Very in sync.
We're very in sync. We're really good. There was one
Justin
time.
Timberlake.
Oh, in sync. I was like, what? Where was it that we were? I think it was Dubrovnik. And we were doing kayaking as part of like a big group. And there were these 2 big beefy gym guys, gym bros, who we were like overtaking them, not because we're more powerful, but because we're in sync. We just get into a rhythm, don't we? Going through into the grotto now. Oh, wow.
This one. You can see here, as the open. You can not get this apple. And after a few months, and they die.
we've had a freshen up and we're wearing our outfits that we've been given, and we've also just done a little bit of a cooking demonstration over here. So we've made some Vietnamese fried spring rolls. We've got a whole recipe here that we can take home as well. Thank you. So we've made those, which is really fun. And then over here we have some afternoon tea that they put on as well. It's also happy hour, so 20% off drinks too. Got all these little spreads here. We have tea and coffee, fresh fruits, there's a little crouton thing there, sushi, prawn crackers, nuts, crackers, and some other croutons there. Lawrence is wearing his outfit as well. Show us your outfit. Looks great. I've been trying to get Lawrence to buy a granddad collar shirt for ages, and I'm hoping that this might convince you. He's unconvinced.
I haven't actually seen a picture of it yet.
Back from our travels. I didn't vlog much of that because it was quite awkward. It was literally just Lawrence and I and this other couple, and the staff were really present. They were looking after us very attentively. It just felt really awkward to pick up the camera a lot of times and to say things and also be completely honest with you guys because they were listening on to every word. I still really don't know what to think about it. I think doing the trip to Halong Bay is kind of a thing that you do when you come to Hanoi, but I don't know. Lawrence has read loads of things about how many boats there are in the thing, and it's so obvious that you all set off. There's loads of different cruises, night, day trips, couple of day trips that you can do, and so many companies do it. Everyone sets off. It does spread out a little bit, but it does very much feel like we're all coming here to do that one thing and then we'll come back, which obviously it is a touristy thing. That is the whole point of it, but it does take away a little bit of the beauty of it. And I think paired with the fact that there are literally 4 of us on this big boat, the food for lunch was really great. Really loved all the food for lunch, and then for dinner it's a little bit, I don't know, it wasn't as nice. All of the dinner options were really Western as well, so we said, can you do anything more Vietnamese? The chef actually did something completely special for us, which was really lovely. He took the main meats from the Western dishes but did a Vietnamese spin on them, which is a really lovely thing for him to do. But I just don't know, it just didn't really quite hit the mark. I think he was still trying to accommodate our Western palates, and we did say, look, we like spice, we like flavour. These are the kind of places that we've been eating at when in Hanoi. And yeah, I just know, maybe those things are just more tailored towards someone who is wanting that more clinical experience rather than the kind of things that we're used to. Would I recommend it? I don't think so. I think if you're desperate to do that kind of trip, go see the bay, go on the little kayaking excursions that they give you and take you to the caves, things like that, go for it. But it is very sanitized. For us, I don't know, I've said this before, that I find it hard saying, oh, I don't really like doing touristy things, because I am a tourist, I get it, but we like finding things that are just a little bit more authentic. And I think we thought this one, especially the research that Lawrence put behind it, would be a little bit more on the authentic side. And yeah, it just didn't quite hit the mark, unfortunately. I'll still link it below because it's something that you want to do, go for it. It wasn't a bad experience, it just wasn't for us. It was a little bit too sanitized, clinical. I think not having many people on the boat was a real big thing for that as well. I'll see if Lawrence has anything more to say about it actually, because he's much better at articulating when things aren't maybe what we expected, and he probably heard everything that I just said there. What do you think?
I think they try and make it what they think we want, and I think potentially we're different to some of the other travellers want.
Yeah,
and I think it's quite elevated, and I don't think that luxury is here.
No.
I don't think it exists.
Yeah.
That's very difficult for those sort of tour companies to understand. It's not fine luxury, it's modern luxury. but not modern in the way that they think it is, which is all like slick and
like gilded things,
Yeah,
stuff like that, like chairs that look like thrones and like plush furniture, which, you know, like there could be a way of doing that I think is really good. But I feel like even like Avani, when we're at Avani Plus and like the Anantara group and stuff, they actually have like hospitality programs that they put their staff through to just show like this is how it should be done, just like the aesthetics of things, the vibes of things. Everywhere was like dead quiet. There was no real music that was played in the areas, and the soft areas to sit in were a little bit uncomfortable as well. I know, I don't want this to come across as being like ungrateful and like saying too negative things about it, but equally I want these travel vlogs to be honest with you guys, and if someone was thinking about doing something like this, I would probably think twice about it. I just don't know how else you would do seeing Halong Bay without doing something like that. We like Lawrence did so much research, and we genuinely thought that we had like the best kind of scenario out of everything that was available, and yeah, just didn't quite hit the mark. Like I said, I don't want that to come across as super negative and like that we're too like privileged, but for us, we wouldn't do it again, and I personally wouldn't really recommend. But anyway, we're back in our Airbnb, which I won't continue on with negativity because this Airbnb isn't great. It has definitely been photographed on Airbnb extremely well.
and probably about 5 years ago.
And probably about 5 years ago. It's fine. It's doing us completely fine. We've got like various different rooms. When we first arrived, we thought, oh my God, how are we going to sleep here? Because the noise outside is just constant. But actually it gets quite quiet. Well, not quite quiet. It gets quieter in the evenings, and we've been sleeping fine here. It's got like a half decent shower that has good pressure, good hot water, Netflix on a TV for the evenings that we just want to sit and watch a few things, which we've actually started watching again because Lawrence has never seen it from the beginning. Walking Dead. It was just on Netflix, and I don't know why we decided to put that on, maybe just because it was just mindless kind of thing whilst we were both working. This is now turning into not a travel vlog talking about Walking Dead vlog, but I started watching Walking Dead with my dad when it first started coming out. It was our little like daddy like daughter thing that we did together. He would come over, I would cook him dinner at my flat, and we'd just sit and watch a couple of episodes of Walking Dead together. Then Lawrence and I got together, so Lawrence like got involved watching it, but you came in at like series 3 or something like that. It's quite interesting to watch it from the very start with Lawrence, and I just forgot how good it is, but I feel like it's one of those TV shows. I kind of want to watch it all the way through again now, because we watched some of it and haven't finished the end of it. I think like the last season we didn't really get around to watching, because it was kind of like when, you know, like when Lost got all weird and they just like longed out the story for too long. They should have ended Walking Dead at like series 8, like the one where, what was that guy with the club? Because there was one particular series where there was this amazing character and he was so scary. He was chilling, but just the most phenomenal character, actor, and I think that was like peak Walking Dead.
He's still in it.
Is he still in it?
Yeah, Negan.
But
he's on that side.
In case people haven't seen it. When Negan first came in, what was his back called? Lucille. That was like, for me, like top of their game, and I think they should have ended it around that time, and I think they just pushed it and it started getting a bit weird and stuff. Anyway, we went off it, so I'm hoping that if we watch it from the very start again, we might get back into it, but this is going to be a continuing back home journey because we're not going to watch all of The Walking Dead whilst we're on this trip because we have stuff to do. But anyway, Lawrence is doing a little bit of work now, and we're going to head out and get a Bahn Mi for another one because we want to see another place that Lawrence has saved, get a little bit of like late lunch. So we're just going to do a little bit of work, and we'll catch up with you when we get some Bahn Mi. This place is much fancier than the other one. We've got it in a nice little box here. It'll be really interesting to see what the difference is, because the other one that we had, literally around the corner from here, it was fine. I just felt like it could have had more of everything, more like herbs, more sauce, more flavour. So yeah, we'll see what this one, because this is like a really popular one. We've been waiting for how long now? Laura's just gone for a little like walk arounds whilst we waited, but we've waited for like 14 minutes or so. Big queue outside, you do have to wait for it, so it'll be interesting to see what the difference is. That was much better than the other Bahn Mi, so recommend going to that one over the other one we went to the other day. Also show you, this is what the streets of Hanoi are like when you're walking around. This is the road that's like near to our Airbnb. You just have like motorbikes coming from every direction. Everyone's beeping at each other. It's a bit of an assault on the senses, but it's like this, and you just have to power through, and the traffic will eventually stop for you.
And this street later is completely different. It sells all sweets and stuff during the day, and then at night all those shops close, and it's just got all eateries and stuff down the street.
Yeah, we might be able to show you that later on actually, but yeah, this is what it's like on the streets of Hanoi. Madness. I genuinely think it's the most wild place that we've been to in Southeast Asia. It's just constant. I'll also show you what the entrance to our Airbnb is like. So this is the staircase up here. Lawrence is about to open the door, and it's in this little courtyard where they just make broth for this chicken soup restaurant underneath the Airbnb. But the door scenario at the Airbnb is quite the thing. Oh, I've got the key, haven't I?
Yeah.
This is our door here. We've got a nice little padlock, and this is our front door, which actually you could just open. Even if you have no key, there's no key for this. So this is how we get in, and someone could just do that if they wanted. Interesting, huh?
Yeah. Never noticed something like that before.
I'm actually going to pop straight back out because I've got a whole load of washing. I passed a place the other day down the road that does laundry service, so wash, fold and dry. So I put on a big baggy dress and I'm going to take this down over there. Xin chao! Yeah, it's something like 70 dong for a kilogram, I think, of washing, which I think that's about, what is it, £1? Wait, I think I got that wrong. It's like 20,000 dong for a kilogram of washing, which is 57p. So we're gonna drop that off. I've made a little tally on my phone as to what I've dropped off, because you never know, something might get lost. So let's take that over there now. Let's cross this manic street whilst we're at it. So we've got the traffic here. It's going, literally you just have to walk. We're going to go back down this street down here. So this would be the second time we're getting a wash done whilst we're here. And to be honest, could absolutely push it a lot longer. I've still got enough like underwear, enough tops and stuff, but there are certain things that I'm just wearing way more than I thought I would. So I'd rather just get them washed and I'll be able to keep that on rotation. What I might actually do is when I'm back, do a little bit of an unpack with me whilst I show you the things that I actually wore whilst on my 6-week trip, because like I say, I packed a few things I actually have never touched once during this trip. So yeah, let me know if you'd like to see that. This is the service that I found here. So we've got laundry 21 services. This is it here. Xin chao! Got some wash fold? Yeah? Okay, so we'll just weigh it here. Okay, 4 kilograms?
Yes.
Yeah, should I pay tomorrow? Tomorrow? Okay. Dropped off. Yeah, she was like, come back tomorrow, 4 p.m. 24 hours, done. 25,000 for a kilogram, so that's like 70p or something. 4 kilograms of washing done for under a fiver. We're back out, and this is how this road is now transformed over like the past few hours. So there's loads of shops here before, and now we've got over here all these like seating bits being put out. This was literally all shops with stuff to buy like sweets and fresh veggies from. You have stalls all here, people can eat. Llyla was telling us the other day that there's a new rule that's come in the past like month in Vietnam. I don't know if it's in Hanoi specifically, but they're not allowed to do that, which I hate, because for me, I love that kind of dining, that out on the street, plastic stall dining, eating at local spots, but they're trying to stop it essentially, which I think is really sad. So we said, oh, what about in scenarios like this, where we've seen people come out at night and they said, well, she said basically the cops aren't really around at night time, so people tend to do this during the day, and then in the evening, they'll just still do it. So people are still kind of ignoring it, which is quite entertaining. But we're heading out now to get a little bit of dinner. There's a couple of places that we have saved. We're gonna have some Bahn Cha, which is a, how do you describe Bahn Cha?
It's like a broth sort of soup, like a very light soup with pork and like flat pork meatballs, and then it has like herbs and lettuce and that kind of stuff. Eat it all together. Oh, and there's little
Spring roll things.
like fried rice paper spring rolls on the side as well that you dip in.
Hopefully you heard that, but essentially it's like a broth with pork bits in. It's quite like tangy. It tastes a little bit like actually like a dipping sauce that you actually eat. Really delicious. So we're gonna go there for a spot of dinner before we head to kind of like a wine bar that we have saved, cocktail bar. So a cheap dinner followed by a glass of wine that's probably going to cost 20 times the price of that. So this is a place that we've come to. It's actually quite famous. Lawrence found it because was it on the Anthony Bourdain thing?
Yeah.
It was. So it's on an Anthony Bourdain thing. Obama came here essentially. We'll take you upstairs in a second because the table that he sat on is like encased in a Perspex box. So we're going to get the Bahn Cha here, which is 130. So that's like £3.78, but with that you get all the things that are supposed to come with it, which is the Bahn Cha itself. You get the seafood rolls and also beer with it. Lawrence is going to give you a bit of a lowdown of the history of this.
So this is a Bahn Cha place. It's become really famous because Anthony Bourdain, on one of his shows when he came to Vietnam, hosted Barack Obama here. The table upstairs is now encased in glass and it's sort of preserved in perpetuity with a picture of them eating above it and Obama with all of the people. And also, what's important about it is that that was the first time that an American president had come to Vietnam since the Vietnam War. And Barack Obama is a shining light of American presidents anyway, so we love both of them. Bourdain and Obama, and Vietnam, and Bahn Cha.
Yeah, fingers crossed you heard that, because it's always when I start filming that people decide to just shout. But yeah, essentially, Anthony Bourdain, you can see like the photo up there, and Obama came here on his Parts Unknown program. First time the American came to Vietnam after the American president, sorry, not American person. Obviously loads of people have been here. So nice history behind it as well, and although it's going to be a little bit more expensive than the one that we had the other day, you're here for the history, you're here for the vibes, and this is even called the Combo Obama. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how it's different to the other one we had, because the other one we had was really authentic, and this still feels quite authentic. You've got your plastic stools, your metal tops.
It's very authentic. It was a place before. It was a good Bahn Cha place before, and now lots of white people come because Barack Obama came. It's funny because the famous thing is Barack Obama and Combo Obama. But the reason I'm coming is because Anthony Bourdain ate here, and there's a little tiny piece of me that's like, I know Anthony Bourdain was in this room, and that makes me quite happy.
Lawrence loves Anthony Bourdain, like so much, it's ridiculous. Actually, I was on my YouTube recommendation videos for downloads the other day, and there was the Anthony Bourdain Ho Chi Minh one, so maybe we should watch that, stream that on the TV or something. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna see what it's like. Should be good, fingers crossed. Here's the combo that we've got. It looks a little bit more clarified than the one that we had the other day actually. These spring rolls, huge. Bahn Cha had, and this here is what we were talking about. This is the glass case here. How cute is that they've just, encapsulated that. But actually would recommend coming and sitting downstairs where we were. So this is where we were just sat. In this room here, we were literally just sat down there. And it's got more of a buzz down here, more happening. So that room there was a little bit awkward. A bit loud in here, but this is a really lovely orange wine, and this is a beautiful chilled red as well, and I just love the branding of it, so cool. Also got a little food menu, and on the food menu there's a Tom Yummy sandwich. So I was like, well, we'll have to try the Tom Yummy sandwich because that sounds amazing. I've gone for a glass of the orange one, and then Lawrence really enjoyed the chilled red, so he's gonna have a glass of that. And then we've got this little snack here as well, which is like little puff thing. What are these? Sweet corn. Sweet corn, okay, sweet corn. It's like really nice and sweet and crunchy and puffed up. Beautiful, and got a lovely little people watching area here as well. Happy with that?
Very happy.
Yeah, it's nice. Alright, this is the Tom Yummy sandwich. Really excited for this, like fried bread, a sauce on top, and then I think there's like prawns on the inside there. Good morning. We have just come to the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. You get to see him lying in state, and actually this is the second leader that we've seen lying in state. We've seen Lenin, And what's the third one that you can go see?
See Chairman Mao in Beijing.
So that's the next one on the list, and then we'll have a hat trick of all three. Really fascinating. I think it's one of those things that if you're in the city, definitely go do. You're not allowed to record whilst you're in there, and it's a bit of a strange one. I was saying to Lawrence, I'd really be interested to know really the history as to like why and how it's done, stuff like that. If you're into that kind of history, well worth looking at. And we were just looking at now the house that he lived in whilst he was reigning a leader. The whole thing is that he had this whole palace, but he wanted to live more like the people, so he had actually this beautiful little wooden hut on this lake over there that he lived in instead of living in a palace. A real, apparently, humble, nice guy. So it's nice to see that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Very fascinating.
Yeah, really beautifully styled as well.
Really beautifully styled.
Built in 1958, so it's got that kind of early 60s kind of Danish modernism look to it.
Yeah, we were walking around going, we'd live here, this is really nice. And it's free to go see him lying in state, but to then be in the bit that we're in now where you could go see around his house, that cost 40,000, wasn't it? So that's like, oh gosh, £1.20, something like that. So yeah, so we've just done that this morning. Bit of a rainy day today, and we're gonna go get some pho for breakfast. That's next on our list. Lawrence has a place saved that he wants to go to. We've already had one pho, and we want to see. Oh, we had two. Oh, you had one on the boat. Lawrence had one on the boat the other day. One thing is we went to the Sofitel bar last night, the Bamboo Lounge. Was it that we were in?
Yeah, the Sofitel Metropole Hotel.
And really nice. We went there after we went to that wine bar just for like a couple of cocktails. Highly recommend. A really lovely hotel cocktail bar. We love that kind of thing anyway. And just the setting's really lovely. They have these like rattan fans on the ceiling. Very Raffles vibes. It was really good. So put that one on your list as well. But we need some breakfast now.
Chaplin went there on his honeymoon.
Charlie Chaplin went there on his honeymoon. There you go. Good little fact for you.
It's been there since 1920.
And it's been there since 1920.
Beautiful old hotel.
And it's a beautiful old hotel. This is our table situation. We don't know these guys. We've just been put here. So we're just heading to dinner and we're taking the route through Train Street. It is so busy. The other night, you guys saw it, it wasn't busy at all. And tonight, this is wild. Like every single seat is taken. So I don't know if it's to do with the day that we came. I don't know if it's to do with the fact that we got here early for like the 5:45 train. I don't know, but if you come around, because it's like 7:15 right now, come at 7:15, busy, very busy. So we've come to this restaurant, which is actually a Michelin star one, and we came the other day, weren't able to get a table because we didn't book, and they managed to fit us in for this night here. Currently, a little bit like, I don't know how this is a Michelin star, because it feels a little bit erratic the way that they introduce people, but reserve judgment. We are going to have a look at the menu and see what comes out of us. I don't even know actually what like the main things are to have here. Maybe we'll have a bit of a search and see if there's any like key dishes that they have. We're in this little section of this room here. There's like a main area too. At first, when we were shown into this room, I was a little bit like, oh, okay, this could be a little bit, feel like being in a corridor, I guess. However, I actually don't think it's that bad. I think the other room feels a little bit canteeny, and there's even tables in the hallway that are very, being in the middle of a corridor. We'll see. Good morning, guys. I've walked past a coffee place pretty much every single time we've gone back to the apartment. It's this little spot here on the street. Every time we've walked past, it's been full of locals, and I'm pretty certain they just do coffee. And I went there and I said, what's your bestseller? And she said the milk coffee is the bestseller, which I think is what's coming here. This is the milk and coffee here. It's I think 45, which, let me work out what that is. £1.28, which actually isn't super cheap, so I'm really shocked that it's so full of locals, but it must be very good coffee. So we're gonna have this, see what it's like, and then we've got a day where we're pretty much just hitting up some food spots that we've wanted to come to whilst in Hanoi, because it's our last full day here. So we're gonna have this. I'll go back to the apartment because Lawrence is there doing a little bit of work, and go have a little bit of like brunch, late lunch. Okay, verdict. Very good coffee. I'm pretty certain that was condensed milk down at the bottom. The coffee itself, really nice, not like too bitter, anything like that. Really like this. If you're after a really local spot, and I'm saying like this is full of locals, which is always like a bonus to me. I think when trying to find places, I haven't done any research into it. I don't know if it's actually any good. Big teller for me if it is going to be half decent is if it's, first of all, full most of the time if you've walked past it multiple times, and people who actually live here are going there. So glad that I did manage to squeeze in a little visit here, because like I say, every time I walk past, I've been desperate to pop in, but we've just been like doing other things. Yeah, very good, really recommend it. Gonna head back to the apartment now. Something I did want to say actually, a really good term to know about when you're here in Vietnam is chi, C-H-I. If you're referring to a woman who's maybe slightly older than you, or actually even quite a bit older than you, it basically kind of means like older sister. And even if you were to say it to a woman who would be too old to be your older sister, they quite like it because it makes them feel like youthful. So if you were to say come on chi, so come on is thank you, and chi is like older sister. It's a nice little kind of like localish term. We've come across this little like market area. It's like an inside market, but it's all full of like kitchen bits, loads of knives. So if you're wanting to pick up a few what look to be Japanese style knives, yeah, they're actually like made in Japan knives, this is a really good place to come. It's like loads of different bits and bobs. A little bit of a Aladdin's cave. This is the kind of stuff Lawrence and I love. Like, we're not going to be able to spring any of this up. I mean, we could, but we don't need any of this stuff. Yeah, you can absolutely buy a knife and put it into your checked luggage. We've done it before because we've taken our own knives with us when we've gone away. So yeah, even if you wanted to get a big knife here, you could. These, I love these. I've seen these everywhere. I love that little portable camping stove there. This is really cute as well. I don't know what it's supposed to be for, but I can imagine if something like that was food safe, imagine having something like a chili oil in there on the table. It would be quite cute, wouldn't it? There's a horse one, there's this little dragon one. I'm guessing maybe there's something to do with years of the Chinese animals, but then there's an elephant here, so I don't really know. The man who owns the store has just said they're an ashtray. So there's the little bit there to put your cigarette in, and then the ash goes in there. Okay, come on. I love these scales. We've seen these ones so many times, and if only I had space to take that big one away, it'd be really cool as just a thing, not to actually use, because it'd actually be really bad for baking things, but as a nice item in the house, it'd be really good. And then also this street here, this is full of loads of fresh food stands and veggie stands, meat stands. So if you like having a look at local produce like we do, this road is a really nice one to walk up and down. Buy some mangosteens, rambutans, loads of fresh veggies and fruit. Really cool. What was it? We've come here to have some Bahn Cha, which is essentially a batter that they put on here, and then what they do after that is they remove that all, put it onto the surface there, and then they put in various different fillings. I think like pork and egg is quite a common one to get. This one here has some egg in it at the moment. You just rolls that up and it goes into the little container. So this one here had an egg in it, which is the one that we're going to try. We are going to go for, so this is the one that I was recommended. We're going to do the steamed rice rolls with chicken egg, with egg, pork, wood ear mushrooms, and then we're going to get the combo and some Chinese sausage. Chinese sausage, by the way, is one of my new favourite things. I love this so much. Pretty nice, cheap, but delicious lunch. So these have just arrived. We didn't ask for that. We've got the leaves, like lettuce and stuff there, and then this is the banchan. And I think, because the guy next to us is doing this, you add this into the broth here. Some green tea. Oh, it's actually hot and they've just put ice in it. Cool. Which is something that you should have with a lot of Vietnamese food because it cuts through like the fattiness and saltiness. And we've also got a few other bits coming, but we're going to dig into this and see what it's like. And then this is the one with the egg in. It's all come like super quick, even though she's like cooking it to order. Looks really great. That was amazing. I think that is like one of my favourite things we've eaten here. It's just like the perfect mix of umami, salty, sweet, sour, all the flavour profiles and textures that I just love. So highly recommend going there, and do get the egg one because it adds like a nice little creaminess to it. Delicious. We're now going to get some flan, which is another thing here, and there's a place literally around the corner, so we're going to head there now. Have a little bit of lunch dessert. Creme caramel.
I think flan is probably, I think creme caramel is it's literally called creme caramel.
Oh, is it called creme caramel? Caramel? Okay.
In there,
Okay, we're going to get some creme caramel, not flan. Lunch dessert. This is like Lawrence's idea of like the best dessert. Not just the dessert, but also just the setup. You love a creme caramel anyway. This vibe, the metal tray, the plastic stools, the colours. They literally just came in and they were like, creme caramel? Like, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And there's no tables in here. There's just stools, and they just use. This happens to be a different colour stool, but this is the only red stool in here. The rest are just tiny green stools.
You say that and look behind you.
Oh, but there's only one red been put out, and I thought maybe that's demarcating the table stool, but no, they just use them as
stools. Yeah, I love it. So good. It's like when I had the coffee earlier. Love it. So we're having this dessert thing. We actually have no idea really what it is, but we just asked the woman to give us a selection of whatever she thinks. There's various different things of these like jellies and some ice in there. I think this is probably coconut milk. We'll see what it's like. It's essentially like a grass jelly dessert. Lots of coconut milk. There's some ice in there as well. We can't really work out what all the different flavours are. It's got this really gelatinous kind of texture to it. This is the setting as well. We're down this little walkway here, and this was 25,000. So that's like 50p, something like that. Really good, really refreshing. If you like coconut flavoured things, this is one for you. And coming to one of these ones where it's like quite local, again, worth finding the ones that it's a local spot over the touristy kind of ones. We went past one yesterday, didn't we, that was like more of a restaurant kind of one, and there was a big queue outside. But I mean, I didn't have that one, so I can't really judge it, but I think these spots, these are the ones for me where I love the experience of it. It's very in and out eating. It's quite rude to kind of doing what I do now and take time eating. You eat it, you leave, you get the seats up for another person. Yeah, good, I like it. We're back at the Airbnb. I was just doing a little bit of work and Lawrence popped out to buy a few things. He's got a massive haul here, so he's going to show you everything that he bought, because I can see some things, but some of this is going to be a bit of a surprise.
Well, you've got your small pots.
Yeah, so I really wanted these. We saw these when we were in, where were we? In Bangkok.
Yeah, in Bangkok.
We went to a char siu place and they had crispy chili oil in little pots, kind of similar to this. And ever since I saw that, I was like, I really want these to just have on like the kitchen island with crispy chili oil in. So we have 2 of these, which is good. How much did you get them for?
Both for 60,000.
£1.70.
So
Okay. Yeah, well done. They're just really beautiful. I think those with crispy chili oil will just be really good.
Then I went to the Chinese New Year's street.
It's literally down the road from our Airbnb, and there's just so much. Like, we like to collect Christmas decorations when we go places, but maybe things that aren't supposed to be used as Christmas decorations, and we just like collect them. Because if you saw Vlogmas, you'll know that our Christmas tree is just chaos. We don't do aesthetics. We just go for fun. Whatever we want, it's memories, it's things that we've collected.
So I'm going to start small. Look at this tiny, cute little cat.
Oh, that's so adorable.
These were 15,000.
15,000 each. Oh, we got a fish one with a little cat on and then the tassel. I love these. They're like ceramic. as well. So 40p each for those.
These ones which we saw before.
Yeah, they're a larger version. Look how cute that is. And we love cats.
These were 50,000.
A peach one or orange one and a red one. £1.50.
Oh, the green one, which I quite liked.
Yeah, the green one's cute too. Oh, I love these. We've literally got a whole suitcase now that's just for souvenirs. I feel like Hong Kong is going to be, which is our next stop, is going to be manic for buying things as well.
Continuing the cat theme.
It's like a squidgy one.
That was 60,000, so it's £1.50. Fish one.
Fish one with a little like bell on it as well. Were these all 50,000 each?
Yeah.
This guy.
Dragon one, which is my favourite.
Oh, I love this, like the little fluffy bits.
And then, because it's Chinese Year of the Horse, or is about to be, I've got a horse one.
These are amazing.
I love these. Like, I love how over the top and glitzy they are.
Yeah, they're really cool.
And they're kind of cute. Hey, let's make a horse look really cute.
I know, I love that. Add to the chaos Christmas tree.
Went past this cute postcard shop and I thought we could send some postcards to people.
Yeah, that's nice.
And actually, I really like these postcards.
We have.
They're like in this old sort of style.
That's nice, I love that. Did you get extras for us or not?
No, I just got these ones.
I like these a
And
lot.
this one is Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum that we went to yesterday, 15,000.
15,000 each. I feel like your parents would like this one, the mausoleum one. Very
Like
cute.
40p.
Good haul, well done. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of downtime and then we're gonna head out for some drinks and dinner. We're heading over to a bar called Workshop 14. It's been recommended by quite a few people, but it's a little bit out of town. It's like an hour walk. So we're gonna do a grab there. Lawrence has just got his because we're gonna do them as bikes. We could get a car that would take the both of us, but the traffic here is just so wild. Cars barely like move. So we just thought, let's just book a grab each. I'll meet him there when my grab gets here. It'd be quite fun as well because we did this quite a lot in Bali where there's this, is it grab or is it Gojek? Gojeks are the thing that you do there, and we'll just book our own little mopeds all the time and like part ways and then come back together at the venue. It's always quite a fun thing to do, and I love being on the back of the moped. So we'll just wait for ours to arrive and head on over to Workshop 14. Morning, we are packed and ready to leave Hanoi. I thought I would give you a very quick Airbnb room tour because I've talked about it on Instagram stories. I said how interesting the setup is, and we have about 2 minutes until we need to leave, so I thought let's just walk you through a little bonus tour. So we're in the kitchen. This is our entrance, and the way that you lock, there is a lock on the inside of this door, but there's no key to this door. So there's a padlock here, and that padlock goes on the outside of this, but as I say, this door doesn't actually have a lock, so you just lock this prison cell door. You could still open this front door through the bars, so even though you've got a little padlock here, you could just like open up and go, oh, anyone in there or any valuables in here, let's come back with a bolt cutter and cut that. that could happen. It hasn't though, so it's fine, but you can lock it from the inside here, so at least you're safe at night time. In all fairness, this has been perfectly fine. There's just certain things, oh, what I didn't show you. Did I show you this before actually? Like what we look into down there, there's a little courtyard down there and we're above a chicken soup shop. So it just smells of like chicken broth in here the whole time, chicken stock. In all fairness, it's fine, it's done the job. We've got a little toilet in here, which again has been perfectly fine. This is interesting, Lawrence hates this, the fact that the hob has obviously broken at some point and they fixed it by getting a new one and putting it on this bit of wood, but on a wonk. This has really annoyed you.
Why haven't they just put that screw in properly?
Oh yeah, this, here.
Or if it's just stuck out and this is just...
On a wonk.
Why just measure it?
Kitchen area, washing machine, although there's no dryer set within the washing machine, which I hear you go, oh, no problem, put it on a clothes horse. No, because it smells of chicken soup, not just in here, but outside it smells of chicken soup, so your clothes would just smell of chicken soup. And then this, in all fairness, fine. This is the living room, not a super comfy sofa, but it's one of those pull-out sofa beds, but it's been doing us fine. We've done a couple of nights where we've just sat here, done a bit of work, and watched a few episodes of Walking Dead. Nice big TV, although we had to sign into some different accounts to get the Netflix working because they're using it on too many apartments. This is where the fridge is. This area here, I believe that this is a sofa bed as well because they say...
No, it's not. This is the bed.
That's the bed? Oh, there's a futon there as well. This is bedroom 1.
With this.
Oh, with the curtain.
So that makes it a bedroom.
This is bedroom 2 with the futon, and there's a little like sofa area. This annoyed Lawrence as well, like all of the lino to the rotten floor is just like that. This is our balcony, which actually, in all fairness, it's like very poorly insulated, but I've grown to love this little balcony. I filmed a little leftover sandwich video on here, and yeah, it's quite nice seeing all the hustle and bustle. Not the most picturesque or clean of balconies. These stairs, there's a working desk there. These stairs, a little bit of a death trap. This one here is on a slight wonk, so if you're on a pace to get down, I did this the other day, I like slipped and my whole like base of my foot and heel just like grazed there and I fell down the stairs. It wasn't fun. But anyway, we go up here. This is the like way that this area is protected. It's essentially a greenhouse but with like plastic. That's all interesting. Our bedroom that we've been sleeping in, this does back onto like the main road, so it's been super loud, but a little hack that we decided on. If you put the fan on full blast every night, it kind of drowns it out, which is quite nice. There is aircon. Bathroom number 1, and this is how they've made it a bathroom, just by putting this guy in here. This isn't even plumbed in, all the water just comes out of that hole, goes into the drain. Actually, good-ish water pressure and nice and hot, so even though the aesthetics aren't great, I can't really fault it, it's been fine. Then we have another little bathroom, and this is a little toilet room, and that's how they do the shower. And all on the bottom of the door there, it's all been rotted because they decided to put in a shower to this toilet space. And the final bedroom, which we were going to sleep in even though there's 2 single beds, because we thought, oh, okay, it might be a bit quieter because it's not by the main street. However, through here, this is how you get outside. It's this really thin door that has literally, that's like the outside there. So it's been really cold the last couple of nights and it's freezing. But not just that, out here, like I say, is the courtyard where the chicken noodle shop do all their prep. So that room really smells of chicken broth, which you'd think, oh, I'm fine, I can put up with that, that's not a problem. But when you're trying to sleep, it's actually really difficult when you've got such a strong scent. I think I can sleep better with sound over smell, and it still backs onto a road over here, so it's still probably even more noisy than the front room. Yeah, oh, and that's the little balcony there, little prison cell balcony. Look, I will say it's done us fine. It's been quite nice to have a different like space to be able to work in and stuff, but I think we're done with Airbnbs now. I just don't think, and someone actually did also comment on a reel that I did that they're on the boycott list as well, which I did not realise. But yeah, we actually had 2 other Airbnbs booked on this trip and we decided to cancel them and book into a hotel because we were just like, we can't be bothered with the potential issues getting down those stairs to get out with our luggage as well. Bit of a tricky one, so I'll put the listing listing to this one below. If you fancy, have a little look at it and let us know in the comments if I'm being a diva or if you would also be a bit disappointed with what you ended up with. Because actually, when I was looking at the listing when we were here, I was like, oh, well, it doesn't look that bad compared to the photos, but it's just like the feeling and stuff when you're here. The security on the door, big thing for me. But let me know, am I being a diva or not? Anyway, that's it for Hanoi. Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any recommendations for Hanoi, pop it in the comments as well, because like I say, I'd love this to be a bit of a forum for everyone to share their recommendations, not just the things that we did. Next stop, we're in Hong Kong. Really excited for this. We've been once before, about 6 years ago, something like that. But we've been to Hong Kong before. It is very high on our country grading Excel Google sheet. It's coming in at 8th currently from when we were there so long ago. So I'm very excited to see how it will come up this time round. Hong Kong, very, very excited. I think actually it's going to be our favourite stop of the trip. So we'll see you next Sunday in the Hong Kong vlog. Have a great week and we'll see you then. Bye.